What's good, y'all? Anime Gaming and Chill here checking in, man. And today I'm going to share a little bit of a personal kind of opinion about a topic that a lot of people have been thinking about lately. I've seen a couple people make videos about it, so I wanted to chime in kind of with my own, just what I think about it. And the topic is, why do we deal with, Dragon Ball Super and Boruto? Like, why do we watch them even though we may not like them, but we still watch them? Now when I say don't like them, you'll understand that in a little bit. So before we get started, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video if you like the video, share it with a Dragon Ball Z fan or a Naruto or Boruto fan, and we're gonna get to it. All right, so me personally, my first impression of both of these shows was it's not anything like the originals. Like, I'm from the generation that grew up watching Dragon Ball Z. Like, I remember staying up until 12 a.m. And sneaking downstairs to go watch Dragon Ball Z with my sister, because that's how great it was to me. That's how important it was to me. I love Dragon Ball Z to death. And then I discovered Naruto, and honestly, Dragon Ball Z was my favorite anime until I watched Naruto Shippuden all the way through. And Naruto Shippuden that's my favorite anime of all time. People can get mad I said that, but that is my favorite anime of all time. I've never made like a connection to a show like I did with Naruto, and it's very, very important to me. And I went back and watched the original Naruto, and I was like, man, because I never really watched every episode of it. I was like, man, I love this shit. Like, it was great. And I have my own opinions on like Naruto Shippuden versus the original one, but that's for another video. So when it comes to Boruto, I've already shared my opinion on that. Kind of, it's not as exciting and it's not as, I would say, fun as the original Naruto. Like, or even Naruto Shippuden, everything progressed a lot faster. This is like really, really slow. Like, even Naruto, like the original Naruto, it showed Naruto pretty much, and everyone started from being kids and then growing up pretty much and all their experiences, but it moved a lot faster. It was a little bit darker of a feel to it. There was just a little bit more gruesome, a lot more fighting. War was kind of close. A lot of things were happening. There were a lot more evil people, I would say, in that era than in Boruto's era. So, and it's made the show not as exciting, and it doesn't please a lot of Naruto fans. That's why it doesn't have 100% positive feedback. Maybe from new viewers that didn't watch Naruto or Naruto Shippuden, they love the show, But people that are veterans, like myself, I'm not particularly, pleased with the show. But I will say that it is getting a lot better, and I'm enjoying it a lot better now. And and the same thing for Dragon Ball Super. It's not the same. It's really, Dragon Ball Z was really drawn out with how long things took. Like, how Namek was 5 minutes to explode was like 10 episodes, but it was still really great for that time. The animation was really good for that time, and it just kept us on the edge of our seats. We waited, for the next episode. Like, we just could not wait, and we were just so excited. And when Dragon Ball Super started, it was kind of like a letdown, I would say, just because it doesn't have the same feel, like it's more playful. It's not as, I would say, not as gruesome and stuff like as the original Dragon Ball Z. The character personalities are pretty much the same, but they're a little bit different. It's just a little bit off, but I've come to accept that, and I've come to accept Boruto as well. And the reason is, I'm accepting those two shows for what they are. Dragon Ball Super is not Dragon Ball Z. Boruto is not Naruto or Naruto Shippuden. It is his own show with his own image and his own story, and I've come to accept that, and doing that has allowed me to enjoy the shows a lot more. Now, to get into the topic of why we still watch them, even though we might not be particularly the greatest fans of them, it's one word: nostalgia. It comes down to Dragon Ball Z and Naruto has a special place in majority of anime lovers' hearts. Okay, like I said before, I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, and then I discovered Naruto, and I fell in love with Naruto like completely, and that became my favorite anime of all time. And it's like, seeing Dragon Ball Super announced or seeing Boruto announced, I was like, oh shit, they're about to continue the story. Like, it's gonna be some epic shit, whatever. And then it comes to be, and it's not exactly what we expected. but we watch it because of the nostalgia that we have. You know, we long for something like an extension of the original Dragon Ball Z. We long for something that's just like, you know, Naruto, or like Naruto Shippuden. It's just, we love those shows and miss them so much, and it's kind of sad. You know, it's like we're kind of sad that they came to a conclusion, and it's just something that we have to deal with. But you know, having these shows is kind of like, just even though they're not as good as the originals, and don't have as much love as the originals, it's still something that it still means something to us, because those shows have a special place in our hearts and our minds. Okay, so that's like why we deal with it. And me personally, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of either shows, but I love watching them. You know, there's something inside of me that just draws me. You know, even if I'm not a 100% supporter of the show and like what it gives off and everything, I still, you know, love watching. I get excited now because I've accepted Super for what it is. And it's random, it's all over the place, and it's kind of pissing me off sometimes with all this power scaling and all these universes and stuff. But you know, I've accepted it for what it is, and that made it so much easier to watch, and it made it a lot more exciting. And now I'm especially like, they're making the tournament of power a lot more intense now, so it's really got my attention. I really actually love this shit right now, and it's reminding me of Dragon Ball Z. Like, it's reminding me of the times I used to watch Dragon Ball Z and get excited for it. I see the same characters that I saw when I was a kid, just like kind of like in a different scenario, you know, and I like that. So I'm really loving Boruto right now. Like, it's really getting exciting. You know, the Hidden Mist arc was amazing. I really liked that. It was a good turn for the show. It was a lot more action than usual, and you got to see the competency of Boruto, like how much better than Naruto he is than when he was a kid and everything. And now they're moving into where they're about to be beginning. They're taking the graduation exam. They got Kakashi back in here. And things are just getting serious. And I like that. And it's taking a good turn. It's a good turn for the show. So I think that it's just kind of like a slow development type of thing. But ultimately, we have to realize that these shows are never going to be exactly what we want them to be, you know. These shows have their own images and their own stories to portray. And it's not going to be the shows that we wanted before. You know, those are classics. They have a special place in our heart, but these shows are not going to be them. That's something that, you know, we need to realize, and that's something that I've realized, and that's why I can enjoy it a lot more. So if you're someone that, like, you know, Dragon Ball Super sucks, or, you know, Boruto is trash, like it's boring, blah blah blah, you know, I was kind of like that at first, but then once I accepted the show for what it is and realized, you know, this is kind of like, you know, it's a way for me to still be able to enjoy, you know, the show that I loved when I was growing up. You know, if you look at it, you know, in a different light, you're really it's gonna be a lot easier for you to watch. Some people are just fucking super critics and they don't care, and they're gonna hate it and fucking throw dirt on their name to the day they die. But you know, it is what it is. If you're one of those people, that's fine. But me personally, I enjoy both of these shows. I look forward to Wednesdays and I look forward to Saturdays now because of those two shows, along with some other animes that I watch. But that's pretty much like my thoughts on that, man, because I feel like it's something that, you know, it needs to be open for discussion. You know, people should share their thoughts on it. You know, like, why do you hate Dragon Ball Super? You know, why do you not like Boruto? If you do kind of like what I did and just kind of like accept the shows for what it is, I think that you'll start to enjoy it a lot more, like I have. And really just see the show for what it is. You know, it's a different generation, it's a different time period. So once you understand that, it's a lot better. So that's all I gotta say on that, man. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I really want to open discussion about this. Hopefully we can get this video out there to as many people as possible, because this is something that everybody has at least thought of or watched a video on before. And I've seen some people talk about it in a couple videos, so I wanted to talk about it. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Like the video if you like the video, and I'm gonna get out of here, man.